Hello everyone, and welcome back to Y3TI. And what a wonderful day it is, folks. We are back with our lovely and competent companions, Fenian and Bromir, as they take on the Duegar of Y3TI. So without further ado, please be sure to be sat back and relaxing with a cool drink, because things are about to get very, very spicy. Our scene unveils. We return deep down into the ground again. Back to the Underdark, where we last left off with Fenian and Bromir. The dark atmosphere of the Underdark starts to encloak us and draw us in as we veer our eyes down and see our two companions swarmed by Duegar and Slave, just duking it out, and they're getting closer and closer to them. Fenian, look! There's beasts over there. They might be worth a shot to use it as a distraction. Excellent idea. Let me see what I can do. Oh, come on, you damnable beasts. Go get the Duegar. Go get the Grey Dwarves. They haven't been feeding. Hairy beasts into charging at these guards, giving you a small glimmer of hope to be able to escape, because now the guards are contending with these massive beasts of burden that are now stomping away at them. With daggers in hand, you both start bolting for the nearest exit, not even sure where you are going. As you're sweeping your way through the West District, you're still not even remotely familiar with this place, but it seems like the whole revolt has erupted in the middle of the West District, and you get caught out by some more guards. Run up and try and stab one of the Duegar. Despite your best attempts, this Duegar is much more trained in combat than you are, and easily deflects your dagger with his shield. Just at that moment, as he raises his shield to block off Bromir's, but isn't able to get it back down to cover from you, and you come in and you stab him in the chest. He goes, "Ugh," looks at you, dumb elf, and gets ready to charge you. A vision is shifted. We're now in this dark, dimly lit room where there's a table and there's a few figures sat at it, and they seem to be discussing something over a map of some sort. When the door suddenly slams open. He's taken her! The other figures turn around to see this man who we've seen before. And he was from the previous episodes, Rory's assistant, her associate, who informed her that her ex-husband was coming for her. And one of the figures, "Nay, can't be true. Can it? You said she left with some dwarf." "It is. He got them in the cave." And we return back to that same chamber where Fenian and Bromir were being swarmed. And it looks like it's gotten worse. They're getting closer and closer. Loud, booming voice echoes out over the citadel, but it isn't the voice that we're used to hearing.
"People of Y3TI, I come from my study to speak to you. Your actions, they have saddened me. Now, taskmasters, get your slaves back to work. Get them back to where they belong. As for the revolters, sell them off to the ladies, I don't care. Let them have the unruly lots. But not those two. The ones that my hordes have brought here without my knowledge. They are to be coming to me."
As Bromir and Fenian are attempting to come to terms with what has just occurred in his voice, they're suddenly overcome with just this darkness, and they just collapse. When they awake, they find themselves in this room. It's not much like it was not much different from the cell that they were in before, but it isn't a cell. It appears to be somewhat of an audience chamber. And as their eyes start to adjust, and they notice another Duergar looked similar to Thoradin, but more ornately dressed and seems to be of higher status. And he turns and looks at them. He's dressed in this heavy armor, and he's a very large Duegar, much bigger than any of the others that they've seen. And it doesn't appear that he's under their normal enlarging ability. He's just a large Duegar. Greetings, Bromir of Silver Halls and Fenian of Quinbethel. Yes, I know who you are. I'm aware that Thornton brought you here without my knowing. Don't worry, I will deal him shortly. I am Grandmaster Bonemail, and I welcome you to my VidCaldir. You see, politics. They are such a fickle thing. I use them to get to where I am now, and now I hear my underlings are scheming to take me down. And as he's talking, he's just slowly pacing the room. It's a power play. He's trying to just drag on and make himself seem more important, which at this point he kind of is. Bromir kind of shifts, realizing that him and Fenian are both sort of sitting in chairs and they are chained to these chairs and they can't move. Are you saying you want us to take out your underlings? Grandmaster Bonemail stops for a moment, mid-step, and his dark, coal-like eyes just snap to Bromir, and it almost looks as if a fire sparks in them. Do not speak out of turn again. No. I have no interest in worrying over their petty squabbles. In fact, I invite it. Only so that when they finally do reach anywhere close to me, I can crush it underneath their hopes and dreams. Cementing my legacy as the Grandmaster of VidCaldir. That is, as I said, not why I brought you here. The Duegar are just so superior to other races that they often become very hostile towards us because we are so great. Which makes my tasks difficult when it comes to dealing with factors outside of my domain. You see, sometimes I am forced to have to rely on you lesser races to do my work on the surface. And besides, why bother wasting a Duegar, one of my own, when I could just pick any of you lot and just send you out, and if you die or get destroyed, I'll just pick another. And with that, he smiles quite darkly. Forget whatever authority chose to have you do. You're mine now. You're my agents. You are my slaves. You will do as I say. And I have a job for both of you. And your first job is to go to the surface. Yes, I am letting you out. But do not, for a moment, think that I will not be watching. For before you leave VidCaldir, before you leave the Underdark, I am going to make sure that I put this intricate rune on this. And as he says this, a pair of Duegar, who they couldn't see from behind them, come up and they can feel this intense, burning, searing heat coming from what can only be imagined as a brand. They are being branded, and as they do, they both scream in agony. And as they're screaming and the flesh is burning and that acrid smell is filling the chamber, Grandmaster Bonemail is stifling himself, but seems to be enjoying watching their pain. And as they both are trying to catch their breath after the brand is removed and this intricate looking design has been embedded into their skin, and it glows slightly, not from the burnt flesh, but almost like a magic has been embedded into their skin. He looks at them. Now you are mine. I have made for that your items and belongings that you had when you were captured are going to be returned. With it, there will be a parcel that I need you to use to find the agent I sent out before, because I have information that he has that I want. Now get out of my sight. Take them away. I want them gone. And with that, Story ends.